Well, compact track loader's clean now, and we've cleaned up the mixer and painted that with oil, I think. Similarly with the bucket's been retrieved from around the front courtyard, as have the forks, and the backhoe has been brought down from the rice factory, so we now have the full complement of equipment here. One thing we did earlier was I mentioned how the grease nipple down here was broken, and what we did was we pumped this side full of grease using good grease nipple, then took the good one out, took the bad one out over here, put the good one in there and pumped that one full of grease too. And in the process I lost the bad grease nipple when I tried to screw it in down here, so present I don't think there's one there, but hopefully the ones I've ordered on Shopee will get here in short order. But what I will do right now is I will close those side windows, because it's probably not a good idea to have those open when it's going to rain, and it's always going to rain. This trolley was sore. Yeah, I guess you'd call it a hand cart. It was used to bring down some plate steel, because we've got the insect mesh put on my lounge room door finally. It's actually a security mesh. So they didn't understand my instructions, because I was showing how I wanted the insect mesh there on the door, but it wouldn't be sufficient around the door handle part, because if somebody just sort of cut through the mesh, they'd be able to reach in and operate the handle on the inside. And due to the communication difficulties, they thought I meant I wanted to have the insect mesh on the rest of the door, but leave a gap around the handle so you could reach in and operate the handle from the inside. Now, I'm unclear on what kind of thinking that would be, but once I pointed out to them, no, I want plate there. Oh, okay, so I went and got the plate. So that's on the door now, and the door's good. That's Dad Egg down there doing some farming type stuff. Washing the plants like a good man. I've actually ordered, well, I wanted to order some cocoa plants, cocoa trees and coffee plants, and sounds like the coffee's going to come, but they don't supply the cocoa to here. Okay, so we're going to try it some other way. This intrigues me. I wonder what they think the hose reel is for. All they had to do was wind it up. There's my lounge room door with the security mesh and a plate to stop people putting their hands through and operating the handle from the inside. It's a really good door handle. You can use the key to open it, or with the knob on the inside you can set it so that it's locked, and the first time you open it from the inside it unlocks the outside handle as well. Or if you push the knob in the back in and turn, it means you can still use the inside handle, but the outside handle is always locked unless you use the key, which is the way to have it. So the door can be opened with the key, fingerprint, or with a wireless fob. Well, I don't quite know what we're playing at here. I'll put the dirt bucket on. because they want to try and get underneath and clean it all up. It appears the story is they wanted to get underneath and clean it underneath. But hey, we have a service pit, guys. So that's what we're going to go to. Cleaning the back of the hydraulic rams. Only if we use this. Otherwise. They wanted to raise the arms so they could get at the back of the tilt cylinders up there, but I said no, if you're going to do that you have to take it all the way to the safety lockout. And then they were expressing concern about was there room, and I didn't have enough Indonesian to tell them that hey, I designed this place with space to do that. So no concerns there. But now they can get at the underside okay. Although I bet standing in a puddle, I headed down a scoop and a bucket so they could have bailed that out, but well, happy to stand in the water apparently. And as usual, background was noisy. Well, they finished cleaning up under here the other day. Looks like they haven't done anything with the backs of the tilt cylinders at this stage. That's okay, they've been doing other things. Yeah. The other day we dumped the water out of the tank, the back tank, so that Azra could work on the plumbing, because we had a leak around that outlet from the back tank. So we've done work on that since. And we also built an accumulator, pressure accumulator. The issue we have is that the little pressure pump there builds quite a bit of pressure quickly trying to force water through the restricted flow of the filters. So it goes zzz click, zzz click, zzz click, zzz click, which is not ideal for it. So my idea was to put a T in the joint between the pump and the filters and run that up to an air chamber which would compress the air, and that could take some time to build up some pressure, so we'd get zzz, click, and then the air pressure up there would push the water through the filter until the pressure dropped again. The issue was that the Indonesian word for water is air. So it got plumbed in wrong. So the incorrect plumbing's been taken out. We haven't got the new correct plumbing in yet. But the other thing that we're doing while the tank was empty was letting the back wall dry out so we could paint over that. So we've got hopefully a sealant paint on that. And they did along the side here as well, and so the back tank looks good. Front tank still has water in it, so it has weeped out a bit, but that's much less than it was doing before. So maybe another coat on that, or maybe dump the contents of that and let that dry out and then paint it again. we'll see what happens when we put water in the back tank. But the front here, they had painted this black, and when I came back here yesterday after a road trip to Serang, they'd painted it white again. You can see where the black has bled through because of water leaks. I'm just back from reshooting that video over at the shed because I was partway through doing my piece to camera here when got a message up the screen saying card is damaged, use another card, and I'd lost all the stuff that had been recorded to it, so I've reformatted it. We'll see how long it lasts. I went over and reshot that video, discovered over there that they were in the process of installing a permanent ladder to the top of the tanks. I said, no, don't want that. Those little boys up there all the time, and they'll fall off and I'll end up paying hospital bills. And I don't want them up there tempted to take a pee into the tanks and things like that. So no permanent ladder on that tank at all, thank you. And then Azra suggested, oh, could we put it on the back of the other end where there's a small tank? But no, I don't need small boys up there mucking around with that either. We'll get the ladders, portable ladders out when we need them. So I think I stymied a few plans there, but sorry, but got to maintain a certain standard here. But anyway, while I was over there, I mentioned that yesterday was a trip to Serang. My Australian passport expired at the start of this month, so several weeks ago I filled out the form online for the new passport and took a couple of photos and printed it off and posted it off to Jakarta, and less than 2 weeks later I had a new passport back, so that was pretty easy. Just cost $471 plus postage. So that was good, but having got a new passport number, I needed to update my information with Indonesian immigration, so that was the purpose of the trip to Serang. I was going to do a screencast of my mobile phone up to the TV and record the stuff from Google Maps, but that didn't want to work. It was another technological battle that I failed on. But I can take you through it. It said yesterday we did 159 kilometres, which meant 5 hours and 43 minutes of driving time, which gives you an idea of the speed of travel on the roads. So we left home at 10 past 8, and after 37 minutes and 16 kilometres we stopped at an Indomart. Now Indomart, Indomaret and Indomidi are the three primary quickie marts around Indonesia, and they are ubiquitous. You'll always find one on the road, and sometimes you'll find a couple next door to each other. Anyway, the good thing about them is that they have toilet facilities, so you can stop for a pee, which being old I need to do. So we had 10 minutes there buying drinks and having toilet stop, and then we drove for another hour and 55 minutes, 61 kilometres, to get to the immigration office, and took brother-in-law Sandra along to well, there was one form that we knew that had to be filled in there because they couldn't supply a copy of us electronically for us to pre-fill, which is a bit of a drag. So took a great wad of other documents along, of which they only needed probably a third. But that's okay, it's better to have them than be asked for something you don't have. So that was 56 minutes there, which wasn't too bad at all. Then we drove for another 20 minutes, 2.8 kilometres, to go to a restaurant. I've been taken to 2 eateries in Serang over the years. One was McDonald's, which I'm not a great fan of, but at least they've got toilets. that are moderately clean, and the other one was a place called Bantansari, where they have a really nice tom yum and a sit-down toilet if I need it, because most toilets in Indonesia are squat toilets, which I could get down, but I wouldn't be able to get back up again. So we had a nice meal there for not quite an hour and a half, and then we went to a grocery shop. Now, I was on a mission to find cheese, because the only cheese you find locally is pre-packaged slices of processed blandness, and that's all that's on offer, and I really miss cheese. So I was hoping to go to a big grocery store and find things like blue cheese and stinky cheeses and so forth, and that was a major disappointment. I am at a huge supermarket in Serang hoping to find cheese. That's the entire cheese assortment. Very disappointing. Yeah, so having had that disappointment, got out of there and drove 14 kilometres in 33 minutes and stopped at an Alfamart for another toilet break and more supplies. Drove for another 53 minutes and stopped at Indomaret again for a toilet break and drinks. Then drove for an hour and 8 minutes to get home at 5:21 p.m. and then I got in trouble. I'm not a happy shopper. I tend to know what I want, go in, get it, get out. And I used to joke that years ago I'd do my shopping at sort of 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning, sort of having got home from a Friday night out, and when the supermarkets were still 24-hour jobs, and I'd zip around the aisles so fast that little old ladies would get sucked into my slipstream if they were there. Doesn't work well at Jubaedah. I got in trouble because I zip off with the shopping cart, and she's left wondering where the hell I've gone to, and she thought it meant I didn't like to be associated with it when I was out. So no. Yeah, a little disagreement there, but that one's going to have to be an ongoing one, I think, because I don't think I can change that aspect of my character. I want to get out when I'm doing shopping. Yeah, so what else is on the go? Haven't heard back about next week. There's due to be installation of my genset and off-grid solar stuff for the shed real soon now. Second week of May, they said. Well, this is the first week as far as I'm aware, so I better follow up. But if there's progress on that front next week, you will see it. That's where we're at. So I'll upload this and call it a week.